Hey, what's up everybody? Here's our watch list for tomorrow. That's going to be Tuesday, September 7th. Number 1 is MRNA. So last week we had this large green candle push up on a little bit of higher volume, breaking over the $400 price point. This to me is a conviction candle. So MRNA since earnings has dropped and hasn't really done a whole lot. That's going to be building a range between 360 as the support and right around 413 as the resistance. So MRNA has broken outside of this range as of now and is pressing up towards really breaking over the $420 level of resistance from about a month ago. So we're looking for the break over 420 for the run up to 440. I know that's a 20-point move right there, but MRNA has the power to do something like that, especially if we get this type of volume coming in on the stock. So I mean, on average, the volume is still somewhat decreasing. So we're looking for this volume to come in and kind of give us that extra push to the top side from here. So long idea on 420 over 420 on MRNA tomorrow. These trigger levels that I'm giving, they're subject to change by the morning. They likely will change by the morning, but just use them as guidance points for now. Number 2 on the watch list will be NVDA. That's the video. Also, kind of like a post-earnings play. So here's your earnings run, and then for the past week or so, hasn't really done much. A lot of consolidating here. During this consolidation phase, the volume on average is also decreasing. But then last week, we get this bullish engulfing candlestick here, this green engulfing candlestick, pushing it back up towards these highs. So resistance is placed around 230 on increasing volume, and we're looking for a break of this number right here, 230.43, for the break into highs and a continuation play up. Very simple analysis there. These all-time high plays, there's usually, not much to be said about them other than the fact that we're looking for new all-time highs to be made. So going along with that, Apple is also consolidating near these highs. I like the fact that Apple has increasing higher lows. So it's put in a higher low each day leading up to this resistance point near the highs at 155. So we're just looking for a break on Apple over 155 for the move up. New highs to be made. Very simple analysis on that one and NVIDIA. PayPal is the 4th one that will be on the main chart watch list. So this was on our list last week. Remember, we were looking for this gap to fill, which it did fill partially. But none of these candles are closing over $290. So normally for a gap fill play, I would place the trigger up here around 292.5 or 293 because the gap has partially been filled. However, we have something different going on here. So big volume move up on PayPal as it broke this 50 EMA and has since pulled back on lower volume and started to form what looks like a bull flag to me, right? So there's your flag pole. So this means that the gap area is relevant, but a break higher would be a break out of this bull flag, correct? Thus, we can look for a lower entry point. As of right now, I'm looking for a break over 290 on PayPal for the run up to fill the rest of this gap. Just keep in mind that there will be likely resistance around 292.5 on PayPal. The next 3 charts will be side charts for us. Number 1 is ZM. This was on our list last week as well. You probably know it had a big earnings gap down and is consolidating now under the $300 hold number. Pushed up last week to about 302. Couldn't hold up over 300 and came right back down. So we're setting an alert, have an alert set at 302. This will be a side chart watch over 302 for a partial gap fill. Doesn't mean that I'm bullish on ZM at all. It just means that, this sell was pretty aggressive, so there's a chance that we might see a little bit of relief from that selling pressure and a push up, maybe before a continuation back down. DOCU will be another side chart watch for me. I actually really like this setup. So lower highs, higher lows leading up to the earnings report, big breakout on following the earnings, and is met with resistance at the all-time highs. I mean, it doesn't really get much cleaner than this. The only thing about DOCU is that the spreads on the option chain are not super favorable. They're not terrible, but they're not the most ideal. They are a little bit spready. There is some low open interest on those. So I'm placing DOCU as a side chart watch over 315. And I'm going to just kind of leave that up to you guys. If you think that the spreads are worth trading for this setup, then by all means go for it. But it does look good from a technical standpoint over 315 for a continuation higher. DKNG, you guys, if you've been in my Discord server for the past week, you probably know all about this setup. So originally we were looking for a break over this resistance point around 60.5, which we got, but the volume didn't come in, right? So the volume here on average is still decreasing. So we got the break over, but we didn't get the volume follow through. So this break over was met with resistance at these wicks, placed around 61.75, which makes that our new resistance point. You see the higher lows shaping up here. Set an alert at 61.70. If we get a break over that price point, maybe we'll get some volume coming in to send this a little higher. The next resistance overhead is going to be around $64. The following charts are stocks that are not particularly set up just yet, but will be on watch for the rest of the week. Number one will be Tesla. It's range bound with resistance at 740, support around 730. I don't really care where the wicks of these candles are hitting. I only care about where the bodies of these candles are closing. So it's not set up yet to break out because it's not trading near 740. But if it gets closer to 740, let's say tomorrow, and closes up near that price point, we'll be looking for a range break on Tesla to the top side above 740. So again, this play and the plays following this are not particularly set up yet, not for a play for tomorrow, but might be for the rest of the week or later on this week. Number two is Coinbase, COIN. This one is trading really close to that 200 EMA. It's traded close to this level before, so what I like is that it broke over the 50 EMA, this green dotted line, broke over it, tested the 200, pulled back, tested the 50 as support twice, and is now back up to that 200. So this is a side chart for me because just overhead is going to be that whole number 300, which you see was a resistance in the past. So I'd like to just give coin maybe 1 day or 2 days to see if it can break over the 200 EMA and hold. And if so, we'll have confirmation that it is moving higher, and we can look at taking a trade on it then. But I don't want to put it on the watch list just yet because it could easily reject off this price point just like it did in the past. The next one is AI. So this one has had a reversal following the earnings report, so a reversal to fill the gap up to the top side. It's still under that 50 EMA, but I want to keep a close eye on this because if this reversed from this earnings report and breaks over this 50 EMA, there's a chance that it can move up towards the $60 price point. So I want to make sure I have alerts set around 52, and then maybe again at around 54 or $55. The last one that I want to bring to your attention is CRWD. All right, so this is a classic case of old resistance at 270. Here, here, and here, becoming new support here. So this is the earnings report. There's the drop, holding the old resistance as new support, and is starting to appear like appear as if it's curling back up to the top side. Again, no confirmation on this yet, but if this nears the 290 price point, I will be putting this on the watch list for a breakout over that resistance into new recent highs. Okay, so quick recap: MRNA, NVDA, PayPal, Apple, all making the main chart watch list. ZM, DOCU, and DKNG, all making the side chart watch list. Tesla, Coin, AI, and CRWD, all potentials to make the watch list later on this week. I hope that you're enjoying your day off on today. Happy Labor Day. If the videos helped you out, press the like button for me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. And I will see you all in chat tomorrow. Let's make some money. Take care, team.